Good evening. My name is Juan. I'm here to talk about a TEDx talk that I watched on YouTube delivered by Dr. Felicia Kimbrough. The name of this TED Talk is Coercion, Consent, and Sexual Violence. This TED Talk was created March 5th, 2020. The speaker, Dr. Felicia Kimbrough. Now from her speech, I could tell, and she stated that she works in mental health, where she deals with a lot of issues in regards to sexual coercion, sexual consent, and sexual violence. The purpose of her speech is to bring awareness about sexual coercion, sexual consent, and sexual violence. The audience that I think she is mainly talking to are the parents of children, adults in general, children, and teachers. See, this is a huge conglomerate of people that make up the entire universe that she wants to address because she feels like in each level there is a clear misunderstanding that she continues to see in her field of work. The context. She wants to address the community about the disconnect between sex, sexual consent, sexual coercion, and sexual violence. The message matters to her because she feels that the earlier that we are taught about the trials and tribulations of sex, the proper ways to communicate these channels, ways to deal with barriers, and how to communicate healthily with any form of human that you come in contact with, should be delivered at the youngest age possible, so that by the time that they reach adulthood, they are reinforcing these positive methods of communication. Her communication choice, from my perspective, was the human approach. At no point in the conversation did she think to use extremely huge words to try to manipulate the audience to think that she's intelligent. No, she spoke on their level, brought them all down to the same playing field, and delivered her message, I believe, very effectively. She chose an emotional appeal as she recounts specific moments during her workhood that she's seen multitude of issues ranging with the coercion technique of people who are perpetrating, with consent, with sexual violence. So for her, this is something that she's seen on a daily basis that has affected her emotions often, which has compelled her to do this speech that we are discussing today. The tone that she had was very serious because, again, she deals with these issues on a daily basis. But she's so good at communicating that she found subtle ways to implement humor throughout the conversation to not keep everyone so tense and tight, but to loosen up and allow her message to seep in healthily. Now, I got personally curious about the state of Oregon in regard to what they do for sexual education in the Youth and Advocate program. So I went to Oregon.gov, and as of March 14, 2020, the website on Oregon.gov in regards to sexual education states that Oregon schools currently teach how to build, maintain healthy relationships, and how to consider their own boundaries and respect the boundaries of others. Now, I personally feel that Oregon is very, very progressive with their methods of sexual education, and I completely agree with what they're teaching to our youth. Like Dr. Felicia Kimbrough stated, the younger we teach the kids about how to conduct themselves sexually, how to communicate their sexual interests, and how to deliver boundaries when they feel uncomfortable, the better this population will be, and the better our society will continue to adapt to. So, Dr. Felicia Kimbrough, I completely support her message. I wanted to bring light to everything that she spoke Because again, sexual consent is something that we as adults, everyone on the spectrum deals with on a day-to-day basis. And I know that certain things that were even acceptable at a younger age in my lifetime are deemed as things that wouldn't be appropriate in this lifetime today. So the constant understanding of sexual consent, coercion, and violence is a growing one that we as a society need to constantly stay agile and adapt with as it progresses into the future years. So again, like Dr. Felicia said, we should teach the children and bring the parents in, bring the entire community in to deliver one message of healthy sexual communication. Thank you.